Welcome to DMD RPG. I'm your DM Duchess, JenOfThieves, and this is RPG. Happy Wednesday, everybody. I'm joined tonight by the super amazing cast, a full cast, all the casts, even if you can't see all of the faces. We have for you tonight Ashley the Everything, playing Rebecca, Mitch playing Brayden, Chi Chai T playing Mara, Chef playing Rook, and the Lushak playing Melissa.
Hello.
Who is definitely unaware of whatever horrible happened to her last game. If this is your first time joining us on Twitch, hi. If it's your first time joining us on YouTube, hi. Welcome. This is episode 5?
Yeah.
This is episode 5. So if you're a little bit behind and need to catch up, we have a playlist on YouTube where you can see all previous episodes of this campaign and every other campaign, including Dungeons and Dragons, all of the World of Darkness, Mutants and Masterminds, Scum and Villainy, Daggerheart. Hey, Daggerheart. That's actually happening right now. We have that available on Twitch on Fridays, on YouTube on Wednesdays, and then we have a YouTube exclusive game. It comes out on Fridays. Of Demon the Fallen. Aperture. Hey, Ashley. It's going great, yeah?
Oh yeah, it's a blast so far. So far, everything has gone exactly right.
No need to be afraid of my single sheet. Character sheet for those vampires, right?
Bullshit.
It's just one sheet. It's just one page.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes next week.
It's fine.
I've met some of your vampires.
We'll see how it goes.
With a Russian accent, run.
Right.
That's fine.
We're in New York. I don't think Anya was there.
I mean, I'm sure she was at some point. If you want more of us, because we're great, we also have a Discord. Feel free to join us. That is where we talk about games. We talk about wrestling. We talk about pets. We talk about food. We talk about voting for what's coming up next. I imagine I should probably start thinking about that very soon. And it's also where you can decide you want to hang out with us a little more and join us in a game. Oh, boo, 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 boo.
That's the 2-year-old Akita.
Mascots. And if you really like us and want to support us in a monetary fashion, it's not necessary, but we do have a Patreon where you can show us some love for as little as $1 per month. All kinds of tiers, all kinds of perks, including redeems. Like if you're in Twitch, you saw Chi. Was it Chi? Yeah. Layout. Or there's also merch. There's also access to an inner circle chat. All kinds of stuff. So if you want to check out that, if you want to join our Discord, links are down below. So, on to tonight's business. Hey guys, what happened last game? Chef.
Why you gotta start with... We had a little bit, tiny droplet of drama that may or may not have been caused by a whole bunch of burning, searing pain, and one person chasing the lady in yellow like some sort of weird Curious George knockoff.
That's 100% what I imagine. When he says lady in yellow, hey, Ashley, what happened?
Tempers ran high as Brayden left both Rook and Rebecca behind, chasing after his mysterious yellow lady to a swarm of what we've learned are the burning. I did have to correct us. I had to open my my notepad. Sorry, I took notes. Damn it!
What?
I know, it's been 6 games since I've done that.
I wouldn't have admitted to that.
Who looked like the other passengers and staff of the plane that we were on.
Yeah.
Some shit we got hurt a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. Hey Mitch, what happened last game?
Yeah, Mitch.
We went into the woods looking for Melissa and Mara, and we got attacked by these burning creatures. Oh, before that, sorry, I almost forgot. The wounds that healed up on Rook had this figure 8-like symbol above them with the smoke when Braden looked down with his special eyes before we went into the woods. And in the woods we were attacked by these burning. We were outnumbered and Braden abandoned Rook and Rebecca for he's chasing after answers on this island. He doesn't really care about everyone else surviving, in all honesty. They're strangers to him. But he was also overwhelmed and knocked unconscious, and he had woken back up at the camp shortly before Rook and Rebecca arrived. And then Braden and Rook had an argument. Braden fully believes that Rook is in cahoots with whatever is on this island trying to kill us. And after arguing more about who's the main character of what story and all that, Braden ran into the woods and was captured by vines, which shredded apart his already severely burnt body.
Hey, Mara, Melissa, what happened last week?
I was perfectly fine somewhere, obviously.
Yeah, I'm.
Not that
As far as I know, I'm just doing watching.
Well, you're wrong.
I don't know. Oh.
Little bit of flashback. We'll start off with that. The previous evening, Rebecca, Braden, Rook have all kind of tucked away into the tent. Mara wanted to take the watch first, but Melissa, you know she was pretty drunk. You can't be trusted to keep an eye out for anything at that point. So you took the first watch with her. Really, it's better in pairs. You never know what's going to be out in the woods. A couple hours.
Especially with the furry crawling thing that Rook talked about.
That's true. It is dark at night. It is incredibly dark at night. In fact, it doesn't seem like the light from the fire, while it is glowing, reaches very far beyond this little clearing you guys are in. And after a couple of hours of small talk, Mara steps away, just out of sight, just out of the tree line, to go to the bathroom. It's to be expected. She drank a lot.
A little.
Alcohol tends to go through you like that. And while she is gone, Melissa, you keep a close eye on the area she disappeared to, until all of a sudden you hear a crash. The branches of trees tremor and shake. And all of a sudden you know that she has fallen down and hurt herself. Without really thinking about it, you charge off behind her. You know the direction she went into. And before you know it, the both of you are restrained, wrapped up, being pulled through the forest, dragged along the floor, scraping and clawing. Gone. You smell your own blood after a moment, and then you smell the green, that acrid herbal scent all around you. And that's the last thing you remember. Until now. When you wake up. Your head is pounding. It feels like you are boiling inside of your own skin. You're drenched in sweat. You cannot move. It feels like your arms and legs are bound to your body. And all you can smell is that pure chlorophyll. Any tiny movement you make feels like the whole world shifts and twists around you. And when you open your eyes, it is so bright. It feels like the sun is bearing down directly from above. All you see is bright white sky above you, a smattering of leaves, and below you, you can't really tell. But your feet are definitely not on solid ground. You're both confused, so that condition is going to add 2d4 distress dice to any rolls that you make right now. And Mara, you are also fatigued. That is -1 to your strength.
Okay.
Melissa, you are also going to be fatigued, but I'm going to consider that care to just kind of wash away your fatigue.
Okay.
Brayden. The last thing you remember is being dragged across the ground, and while you are out, you have a dream. When you wake, you don't really remember exactly what it is. You don't really remember exactly who you spoke to or what you saw besides just an envelope of darkness. But you do remember your own hoarse voice saying a single word. Yes. When you snap back awake, you too are bathed in insufferable light. Swinging around anytime you move, head pounding, drenched in sweat. You are also confused. You are also fatigued. And you are also with Mara and Melissa. I take that back, Brayden. Thank DM Daddy for this specific care. You are not confused, but you are fatigued. -1 to strength. As you kind of shift around trying to look, you do kind of catch glimpses of each other out of the corner of your eye. Everybody roll me. Intuition, vigilance.
One.
Not you, Chef. You're not in this scene.
You said everyone.
My friend.
Or... Sorry.
Oh, Mara.
I'm not surprised.
Brayden, you seem to catch like the glimpses of something sort of like green and glistening just in the periphery of your vision as you shift and find yourself swinging side to side. When you look down, all you can see is like a veil of translucent green string around yourself. Mara, you shift and twist and manage to turn yourself so that you can see both Brayden and Melissa straight on. And all three of you are dangling up in a tree, a giant tree. Melissa, when you get a look at it, if you had to guess, we are talking hundreds of years old. 30 feet in the air easily. Each of you wrapped in what looks like a cocoon of glistening green thread.
Jen, just to keep everyone honest, for those who are affected by the conditions that add extra distress dice, do not forget to roll the additional d4 for them. They do not automatically roll.
Okay.
It's fine. We'll leave that for now.
When we went scouting to get a view of the island, would it have been logical to see how big this tree was and how old it was? Should we have been able to see it from where we were?
You know, it would depend on a lot of factors, including how large this island is. There are many reasons why you wouldn't have been able to see it, but you do know you didn't see it, which means you have wandered pretty far from where you were before.
Can anyone hear me? Hello?
Yeah. How did we get here? Did I just drink way too much last night? I don't remember getting tied up anywhere like this.
Mara, do you have any actual damage on you?
I think I had some. I think I had like 4 damage.
It was from the vines, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can take that damage off. However, when you get a chance to see yourself, where those wounds were have been replaced by sort of veiny black scars. You've just replaced exactly where the vines ripped into your skin. The wounds are completely healed, but you are left with that mark. Thank Landizzle,
Thank you.
as you suddenly find yourself filled with a sense of, oh God, what did I do? Panic. You're no stranger to it. You drink a lot. You know the sense of dread for memories you no longer have. You can remove the confused condition.
Okay.
So Brayden was completely burned and shredded.
Mm-hmm.
What's he looking like now?
You currently have 1
Barbecue.
health.
Still all bloodied and mangled?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You look like pulled pork.
To answer your question, Mara, I heard you fall when you left the camp to go use the bathroom. So I ran after you, and then we were both grabbed. Do you remember that?
Not quite. I did have a little bit to drink, but
More than a little bit, yeah.
I'm a little bit more worried about Brayden. He's not looking very good right now.
What
And
about
was he?
the...
We're
was
gonna get
he-
out of these cocoons!
Where's Rebecca and Rook?
I couldn't care less where they're at. We're here. And we need to down from here.
Do I see anything that like is there anything we can reach from where we're hanging at all, or like are there like
Your arms are pinned to your body.
Oh yeah.
You try to reach out, but you cannot move. You can
Okay.
wiggle a little bit, maybe work some fingers into the lacing that you're restrained by, but big motions, no.
Okay.
I'm going to use my special eyes to look around.
Okay. Give me intuition vigilance.
With my investigation aptitude, can I roll with aptitude?
Sure.
And what did you say it was again? Sorry.
Intuition vigilance.
I think I'll spend my seconds to get rid of the distress die.
Okay. So that would make it 2. Okay. As you look out beyond yourself, you are immediately met with just a veil of green. It's actually hard to see past it. It seems like it's all around you, like a fog, like a cloud. And as you kind of like squint to try to look past, you can see something. You can't see details at all, but there is a section down below you, down toward the forest floor, that is wrong. It is deep, deep bright green, and it seems to shift like it's camouflaged. And you get the impression, I'm gonna draw something for you. Let me swap you over to the right. There's the line. Okay. As the green fog shifts and swirls around you, you can see glowing in just a slightly brighter green-yellow shade that symbol. Again, it's not really a symbol you've seen before, but you get the sense that that is the symbol for whatever the green is.
You know, sound crazy, but I'm gonna try talking to this thing. Hey, Green! Why you got us up here? Can't you just let us go?
The fog around you seems to rattle menacingly. If fog could menace, you get a sense of displeasure at just the sound of your voice.
I get the feeling you don't like us being here. Well, we don't really want to be here either, you know. Perhaps we could help each other out. You don't like that black stuff too much, do you?
Again, everything feels like it shifts and rattles. And down below, all of you can hear something crunching on the leaves.
Well, if we find a way to take it off this island, take it with us.
Silence.
Or we could try to, I don't know, destroy it.
You feel the cocoon tighten around you, Brayden. It seems like something seeps from the threads that have bound you together. It burns for a second as it coats your raw, burned, charred skin. But then go ahead and heal 6. And say thanks to Glandizzle.
I think you liked that little bit. So what do you say? Do we got a deal? If you let us go, we'll try to get that black business out of your hair.
You hear nothing in return, feel nothing in return, and your eyes clear back to normal.
I tried to bargain with it. I don't know how well it worked. But I think we should try to be as quiet as we can.
That sounds like a good idea.
Melissa
There was
nods.
something down below that was moving around.
That weird symbol was moving around in the green, a little bit brighter, kind of hard to see. But kind of looked like a shark almost. But very simple, like just like a kid drew it with lines.
Back at camp, as the two of you sit, being slightly weirded out by the voice in your head. You will also be taking the fatigued condition. You have not eaten in a while. The sun is bearing down over your head. So until you solve that problem, -1 to your strength. It does feel like the sun is moving across the sky. Time is passing. You haven't heard from Brayden in 20, 30 minutes.
Not really focusing on him right now.
What are you focusing on?
The fact that apparently we're surrounded by a whole bunch of invisible fire zombies that are gonna potentially try to murder us all, but for some reason haven't.
Because we ended off with me and Brayden back to back, ready to fight. Or flee.
All right, Rebecca, let me run this past you,
Okay.
and tell me if I've missed a step here. Currently, we appear to be surrounded by at least some number of the burning. I think that's what the island said.
Yeah, that's what that voice said.
In their invisible state, which would also explain the amount of heat going on. So, the island is clearly sentient, as it is able to use our language and answer questions and things along that line, plus correct us when we're wrong. So the island being a sentient being, running on the assumption that are we going to run on the assumption the island's in control of the burning? And if so, what about those plants? Because plant, when it died, turned green. Went green smoke. But the damage done on my arm was black.
Yeah.
The damage done to burning, also black, and apparently somehow we magically have a similar symbol on us.
Yeah.
I think we're dealing with changes of state here. The green being growth, creation, healing, things along those lines. Black being damage done or damage still being taken.
It's possible. It's also possible that part of what Braden said about the two colors being opposing forces could also be true in the fact that he said when we opened the tent there was a giant black silhouette shadow thing that came out, and nothing has come into this whole campsite area, into our little clearing here since then. So what if the black keeps the green at bay, but neither one is good or evil, in a sense?
Well, I don't assume that either one of these were good or evil. In the same way that, a forest fire is neither good nor evil. It simply is. But the fact that this island seems to be relatively self-contained means that these forces are at least more or less able to balance each other to some degree. And our presence,
So it's off
presence
that
of the plane,
balance.
has thrown it off in some way. And currently those two clearly at least sapient, if not sentient forces are trying to use us to find a balance point.
Possible. Hell, it's the most likely scenario with what's going on right now.
Okay. Island. Was the intention of the
Burning.
burning, excuse me, to cause us physical harm?
You hear nothing in response.
I I slowly, hands open, walk closer to an edge of the forest that I haven't walked through before. Getting about, if I was sitting at the center of the camp, getting about halfway between the forest edge and where I was, halfway between that distance. Does the temperature change?
No. And as you walk toward the woods, you realize that the backpack of supplies isn't where you left it. It's actually sitting out there, right in the middle of everything, not tucked away out of the elements. And the map of Snare Island, that map that was crumbling into pieces, is tucked just under the backpack as though it's keeping the map from flying away.
I walk over and grab the map before lifting anything and take a look at it. Is it still only a piece of the paper, or is it a whole sheet of paper, or what?
It is just a piece of the paper. As you grab it, just where your fingers are, you can feel the paper start to crumble and dissolve. This map is not okay. But as you lift it up, you see that where the broken edge was, Rebecca, where the door in the question mark had been, some kind of dark mold has started to creep up. Just blotting out that section.
Rook, I hate to say it, but if we had to go anywhere, and I'm going to point right at the black molded spot, that's probably where we have to go.
We are going to try to remove whatever imbalance we brought. That seems to be the place where it would be.
Yeah, there was a door there with a question mark last time, remember?
Great, now we're going back to Mario Brothers. Alright, Jen, is there of the remaining part of the map, is there any landmark that we would be able to recognize? Like a tall hill or the coastline that we'd be able to get a rough idea of where on the map we are right now?
I believe, if I remember correctly, and this is just for me trying to remember as a player, Jen, I believe you said that the part of the map that said a Snare Island on it also had the coast area where we woke up.
The northern coast area, you could tell from the way it curved around in sort of a semicircle.
Okay.
There were little tree symbols drawn almost all the way down. There's like little mountains, little hills. Someone clearly just did this by hand. There was a little house symbol on the left-hand side. There was like a little ship symbol on the right-hand side. And then in the middle, just as the paper cut off, there was the door and the question mark.
Tell you what. Based upon where we are, considering, this is the coastline, we came from that way, and map triangulation, because I'm trying to do this in my head, not really succeeding because I don't have the map in front of me. We would need to, let's see, assuming, based upon the shadows, assuming that's north, we need to go that way. I'm assuming that I can pretend I bullshitted all this correctly. He says, hoping.
Well, you would know north is where you came from.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, if that's north, the way we came from, and north on this map is here, so it would, from like the northernmost part of the coast, we would be down here, and we came down to here, so we'd need to go. I took an overland navigation class. We're doing triangulation.
Where are you trying to head toward?
The splotch.
Yes.
The splotch.
The moldy splotch.
Yes.
Okay.
The moldy splotch with the door underneath.
If you came straight south from like the middle of the coast, and to be frank, you can't be sure because you took a detour to the plain, and then you just kind of wandered into the woods for a while, following a breadcrumb trail of goodies. But if you're assuming you came straight south, then you would just keep continuing straight south?
Okay.
I still have the notebook from like session 2. The little journal.
Okay.
Would I be able to take that notebook and a mostly intact but burnt piece of wood and start recreating the map in the journal?
You want my Sharpie?
Yeah, you can. You have a pen. You got a pen with a notebook.
Oh, did it? Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't remember that a pen came with it. But yeah, I'm going to take the pen. I'm going to start recreating the map. As best I can.
You're the one holding the map, right, Rook?
Yes, ma'am.
Roll me resilience medal.
Which of
Nothing
us?
good.
Both of us?
Is that with or without aptitude? Because remember
Without.
the last.
This is
Because I
not a
had-
centering thing.
Okay, no idea.
This is keeping your shit together. Making sure Rebecca doesn't kill you.
Resilience metal. I'm gonna go ahead and spend 6 seconds to remove my distress die.
I guess.
Thank you.
Makes it a 2.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I believe that makes it a 2.
It does. As you're holding it,
Mm-hmm.
DM Daddy, I'm already getting to your random.
Chill, Mateo, chill.
Fine.
Cause all the chaos.
Fine. I'm already hurting him.
Abuse
It's
of
fine.
power, I see how it is.
As you're holding the map, starting to formulate a plan of how to get to the dark splotch. Try to triangulate where you are versus like where you would guess that the plane is versus where the cave that you came from is versus which direction the breadcrumb of goodies from the plane might have led you in versus where this camp is, where the vines might have been, where...
Yeah.
On and on and on. You feel this sharp, piercing pain suddenly manifest right in the center of your skull. It feels like an earthquake, like your head itself is splitting into halves. Your vision goes black. Rebecca, you see him double over, clutching the map in his hands. You know how fragile that thing is. If he moves a muscle, it could tear in half. And as you are gasping and panting and begging for the pain to end, first of all, take 2 harm. Actually, take 4 harm. Thanks, Daddy.
Oh, okay. Ouch. If I'm not mistaken, I've taken 9, I believe. So I'm at 2.
All of a sudden, you feel the floodgates open as something hot and wet just drains from your nostrils, running down your face, down your chin, dripping onto the map in your hands. Rebecca, as you're watching this, you see for a second his eyes go black before just this inky goo, the consistency of blood, but not the color of blood,
Like a jet black kind of...
running down his face, dripping directly onto the map.
Rook, are you okay? And I'm going to go over. I'm just not using soothing touch. I'm just checking on him, making sure he's okay. Rook, hey, head up, tilt back. Rather you drown in this ink than continue to leak it over the map, please.
Do I hear that?
You do. The echo of pain is still there, but almost as quickly as it started, it is starting to calm down. Like you feel on edge, kind of afraid it might come back. But your eyes clear up. You hear Rebecca's voice. It's a little distant, but you know she's right there.
In that mental state?
Well, it's because the reasoning for me saying that, Chef, is because I'm trying to help get your head tilted back.
I understand. I understand completely. I also would point out that that's actually not how you're supposed to deal with nosebleeds.
I know.
But
You're ruining the map, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I got worse for you.
Oh shit.
Okay. So,
Oh
Jen,
shit, he saw the knife.
you said my sense of hearing, my sense of sight and sense of hearing basically cut off?
Sight, yes. Hearing, no. You've always been able to
Okay.
hear. It's just been really distant and muffled, like you're underwater.
Okay, so that wouldn't qualify as my trigger?
No.
Okay.
But Rebecca,
Because of all that...
you notice the nosebleed stops also as quickly as it starts, and you notice the only place it seems to have dripped directly onto is where the little house is on the map.
There was a house on the map.
Little house. Door with question mark. Ship.
Ah. Not paying attention to the map right now. Rook, are you okay? Waving a hand in front of his face. Rook, are you conscious? Are you still with me? Poking him occasionally. Can you feel this?
I have
Hello?
been to worlds unknown. I have seen the outer dark. It asks about your car's extended warranty.
And at that, I'm flicking him right in the middle of his forehead.
That hurts. Ow! Like, actively in a ball, curling up, like,
You
falling
ass.
over.
You
Ow!
ass. I was worried about you. You started having, like, ink
I
come
know!
out of your face, and your eyes turned black.
How do you think it felt on this side?
I don't know, considering you doubled over in pain, probably not great.
Forgive me for trying to have at least a little bit of levity. God damn, what
You
caused
fuck.
that?
I was worried about you.
So
I
it
don't know
makes you
what
feel
could
any
have
better,
caused it.
so was I. Jen, I look down. Is my, like, am I still wet with ink?
It's dribbled down your
Like,
face onto your shirt a little bit. It's not you don't feel it trickle anymore, but it is still wet.
yeah, I can still feel like I have wetness here. Does it have a particular smell? Or does it smell like blood?
You would be able to smell it, and it just
It
came out
maybe
of your
smells a
nose.
little like blood, but it's also kind of different. Give me acumen wit.
Okay. What am I rolling for?
Oh, shit.
Apparently nothing.
Like I said,
Oh.
I love how I'm still rolling all of these ones. I'll spend another 6 seconds to take care of the distress dice.
Okay.
Just because I'm kind of feeling this is important.
I think that only takes it to a 0.
It doesn't have much of a smell. But as you kind of sniff to like clear it out of your nostrils so you can kind of breathe again, it does remind you of the goo that seeped out of the burning's head when you plunged your knife in. Just a faint odor of heat overlaid over whatever bloody smell it might have been.
You good, Rhett?
Rebecca,
Yeah.
do you have spare pages in that notebook?
Flip to the back of the book and pull out, like, one page for him.
Please begin to take note. Potential infection. Transmissible through touch. First stage, scars. Second stage, sudden acute onset migraines, eyes going black, bleeding, what appears to be a combination of blood and I'm gonna say tar. This looks like the blood of those burning.
He says tar, I write ink.
This looks like to be the blood of that I saw whenever I stabbed that burning in the head.
In parentheses under that, indented. Similar to fluids from the burning, underlined 3 times, close parenthesis.
Potential conclusion. The burning, whatever condition the burning has, is transmissible to others without direct exposure through those plants.
Transferred through plant wound. Other potential infected. And I start. And who else had black wound? Who else got injured by the plant?
Acumen wit, if you want to try to remember.
Yeah.
Actually, I wouldn't have to roll for that.
I'm talking
I
to
know.
Rebecca.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Was that an out loud question, Rebecca?
Yes, it was both an out loud and a question to myself, so I'm still gonna roll for it.
Okay.
I don't remember. Fuck it.
I do.
Right.
And
Who
then
else got injured?
Me, Mara. Lou, did you get hurt?
She's first of all, she's not here. So if you want to remember, roll me Acumen wit.
I have photographic memory.
Okay. Then no, just you and Mara.
Just me and Mara.
Okay. Mara.
So apparently me and Mara. Apparently, since some of it got on you, but you didn't get any of the burns.
No.
I could say that it's transmissible specifically through the thorns. If that is what got me. Teeth.
Cool. And it's just thunk and slide the pin right in as well.
Fantastic.
Clipping it right on. All right.
So now I potentially get to watch myself turn into
The burning.
a walking fire zombie, yes.
Well, this kind of lines up with what Braden said earlier. Remember, he was saying that your arm, like where the wounds or your black scars are, had a similar marking to
there is nothing you
what they
can
had?
say to me about how right that son of a bitch was that I am going to be okay with hearing.
Oh,
So
I know.
For your safety and my headache, can we not? I
Back to the
effectively
tree.
just had
My cocooned babies.
The nestlings.
Now remember, you want big butterfly wings.
I'm going to be a beautiful butterfly.
What are you guys doing? What would you like to do?
Well, what should we do? What can we do? Anyone got any ideas? Just be a bit quiet about it.
Probably need to try to see if there's any way that we can either, like, well, we can't really just escape, but is there any way that we can signal that we're here so that we could possibly get the attention of the others? Don't know how we would do that, but
aside from yelling, but since we need to be quiet, take a risk.
I'm going to start wiggling and biting and trying to work my way out of the cocoon.
Okay. Give me coordination. I want to say coordination endurance. Because it's going to take you a little bit. And if either of the ladies would like to give that a go as well.
And I will use... I got no ones on my distress die.
Nope.
Unless this one that I roll has a 1. Okay. 3.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try to start rocking or swinging back and forth, seeing if that will do anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try seeing what I can do as well.
Okay. What method are you going to start with, Mara? You gonna try to wiggle or you trying to swing?
Wiggle.
Wiggle, okay. Both of you roll me coordination, endurance. Got one.
And roll the 2d4 separately?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still have the 2d4, right?
Mara, you still have a -1 to strength. And this is not a strength roll, so you're okay.
Okay.
Okay. Mara, you start to like shift and wiggle, and you noticed previously that if you kind of move your fingers a little bit, you can kind of work them in between the threads. And if you grab them, just maybe a few at a time, they're like the thickness of dental floss, maybe unexpectedly strong. But you can start to pull and tear at them. And with enough attention and force, they do break. And the second they start to break, they also kind of start to unravel. You feel the bounds around you start to loosen. More slack, more movement. Brayden and Melissa, both of you, can feel there's like ways around it. Melissa, if you swing hard enough, you feel like you hit like a branch or like the trunk of a tree, and maybe if you keep doing it long enough, it'll wear away some of the threads, and that'll help. Brayden, you manage to wiggle some fingers in between the threads, but you don't actually get a chance to break any this time.
I'm just going to start gnawing at it. Like a trapped mouse.
Yeah, and I will keep swinging, seeing if I could, like you said, either hit a branch or the tree.
Okay.
Out of fear, I'm not supposed to be the one that's supposed to get this first.
That charmed life. All right, everybody roll me one more time so I can see who succeeds first, basically.
Remind me again of... Sorry, I have no brains tonight.
You're fine. Coordination, endurance.
Okay.
Mitch, your distress dice were trying to help you there, too.
Right.
I know. They did their best. I can spend seconds to re-roll the 3 normal dice, can't I?
You can, but I'm not going to make you. Eventually, if you keep at it long enough, you'll do it. I was just trying to see who does it first. Melissa, as you make first contact with the trunk, you feel how rough it is, and you're smart enough to know, like, eventually, if you just keep doing it, it'll wear away. So you keep flinging yourself, and it seems like all of a sudden, the netting that has you wrapped up unravels, gives away, and you find yourself plunging toward the ground.
Gravity works.
It does. Congratulations.
Yes.
If you can roll me resilience, endurance really quick for that fall.
Go, gadget.
Mara, you're the next to just feel the bounds around you give away. You are tumbling down. Gravity has grabbed you. Same with you, Brayden. Seconds later, a mouthful of string. You tumble toward the ground.
6 damage, you said?
No, I said, roll me resilience, endurance.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
-1. Dang.
Yep. Do you want to let it stand?
Yeah, I'm gonna let it stand.
Okay. Either of the other two. Do you want to spend anything to increase your successes?
Let's see. Yeah, I'll do the 6 seconds to get rid of the distress die.
Okay.
Okay.
So it gives you 3.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So Melissa, as
I'll do 6 seconds as well. Or does that affect me? Yeah.
no, you don't have any distress dice right now.
Yeah.
You can spend to get a D8. You can spend to reroll individual dice.
No, I'll be good.
Okay. Melissa, you have like incredible reflexes. All of a sudden, as you are falling from the sky, you grab onto a branch, catching yourself like under your armpit, holding on tight as your feet swing below you. You manage to catch yourself in enough time not to take any damage, and as you look down, you're able to carefully climb your way to the ground. Mara, you
Good
kind
to
of
know.
ricochet. What's that?
I just said good to know.
Yep. Mara, you kind of ricochet off of branches. It breaks your fall in the least good way possible. And as you hit the ground, wind knocked out of you. You'll take 3 damage. Brayden, you tumble just about straight down, managing to miss every single branch on the way, except for one that careens into the back of your head. You see stars for like the 3rd time in 24 hours. You hit the ground hard, taking 4 damage. Wind knocked out of you. Lights dancing in front of your eyes. Just a dull, throbbing pain through your whole body.
What a fall!
I will run over to you, Braden, and see if he's okay. Trying to help him.
You realize, as your feet hit the floor, you're again missing a shoe.
God damn it. Uh,
Don't worry, I know where that shoe is.
Yeah.
yes,
You
but I
just
don't know
can't keep
that.
track of
so-
your shoes.
Yeah, clearly, no.
The offer to buy you a new pair of shoes whenever we get out of here still stands.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna-
holding you to that.
I'm gonna pat around in the little bit of clothes that I have left that haven't been shredded or burned. So I was wearing 3 layers: my trench coat, then my dress coat, and then my dress shirt underneath, to make sure
How
that
the
my
f-
pipe and tobacco are still there.
They're somehow still there.
How the
Okay.
fuck is Braden not dead from a goddamn heat stroke at this point?
He's like that old man that's sitting in 90 degrees and he's going, "I'm still cold."
Jesus Christ.
So is everybody okay for the situation we're in currently?
I seem to be able to move around. A bit hurt, a bit bruised. But mobile at least.
Should
I'm going to
we?
look around with my specialized to make sure nothing's coming up on us.
Roll me intuition vigilance.
And this would be investigation, right? So it'd be with aptitude.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, getting rid of my distress die won't help that much. I guess I'll do it. So that makes it a 1, correct?
Yes. Yep, that would make it a 1. Brayden's eyes turn yellow. You guys have seen it over and over again. He seems to have some kind of cheat code going on here. And Brayden, as you look out, you first hear the crunching of leaves again, much faster, like a stampede coming at you. And right in front of you, you see just a blur of green. It's huge. Like 7 feet long, maybe 6 feet tall. And Mara, Melissa, you can actually see not the green, but you see leaves suddenly start to fly up from the forest floor, brush knocked aside as something runs towards you.
Time to talk. We need to get out of here now. I'm going to start running.
I'll follow him as best I can.
And I will be the last one in line, and I will see if I can shoot off the coronal blast
Okay.
at the invisible thing that's kicking up leaves. I don't know. Yeah.
Okay. Spend your minute.
Spend my minute. Yep.
And as
Okay.
Brayden and Mara turn to just sprint away, both of you see Melissa's hand erupt in a flash of white, like it did back there at the vines. And it's like the concussive blast shatters some kind of illusion. And there, hissing, green spit dribbling from its chin, is the largest spider you have ever seen in your life. Mara, take a minute.
Ooh.
Its body is this jade-like, translucent green, yellow-brown stripes down its back. Each of its 8 legs covered in dark, dark brown spikes? Feelers? You're not sure. Green spit dribbles from its mandibles as it drags behind, like almost glowing green line of silk behind it. The silk that you now know you were each wrapped in.
Beautiful creature she is.
Get that thing away from me. I'm gonna try to get it, like, back away from it as much as I can.
Okay.
Yeah, I will definitely do my best to keep myself between the spider and the other two, just because I'm clearly not as hurt as them, and clearly not terrified of spiders.
I am
No matter how big.
terrified of that thing.
Melissa, now that you're, any of you that still had confused, you can clear that now that you are actually on solid ground.
Okay.
If you have fatigued, you still have that.
I'm probably gonna be, like, wiping myself off because of the realization that that was from the spider.
You can
that
still,
we were
it's like you
stuck
can
in.
still feel it on you now, Mara. You can feel it, like,
Yeah.
tickling the tiny hairs on your arms, on the back of your neck. You're pretty sure, like, does it have babies?
Yeah,
Is that a nest?
I'm gonna be, like, just constantly trying to just, like, wipe it all off of me.
If you were going to try to run, I'm going to need coordination reaction from you.
All right.
Shep, I just saw your message. Tequila makes her shoes fall off. It was rum, thank you very much.
And I didn't drink any of it.
I
Maybe
didn't
you should
say
have. I don't know.
drinking.
You know who still has 2 shoes? Mara.
Yep.
This guy. I mean, just saying. The evidence does point in that direction.
Brayden, were you going to try to run? Oh, did you already roll? Oh.
No, I was waiting for you to prompt me to do something.
Oh. Are you going to... You said you were running, right?
This silk is all around us, right?
I mean, it's kind of fallen off in pieces.
But there's enough that we can see a trail of it from her to us.
Mm-hmm.
And I have all my stuff I had, right?
Probably. What are you thinking of?
Do I still have my lighter?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna light that stuff on fire.
Okay, so you're not running.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and light the silk on fire.
Okay.
We're not there, Chef. We're not there.
What should I roll for that?
I'm gonna have you roll coordination, composure.
I will re-roll. I'll spend seconds to re-roll the 4 d6s. Okay, that's better. That's 2, right?
No.
Or what did I do wrong?
5s and 6s are successes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yay.
Well, that's still a 0.
Okay.
You have 2 more seconds you could spend.
Have you
That's fine.
going once?
I'm keeping it.
Okay. Mara, as you turn to take off and run, this thing skitters after you. Immediately, Brayden, you flicker your lighter to try to catch some silk on fire, but just the breeze from the speed of this creature as it immediately zeroes in on Mara like it is chasing its prey, blows the flame completely out. Melissa, what are you doing?
I'm gonna try to see if I can target, I guess, the spider's abdomen or something again to blast to see if I can break the strands away from the spider, away from Mara, something like that. So.
Okay, so you would have noticed that your blast doesn't actually do damage.
Okay.
But you can try to hit it with something if you want to try to do damage.
No, absolutely. Oh yeah, I will hit it. Yeah.
With your limbs or with a branch or something?
Is there a good sized branch that doesn't seem to be rotted?
There are a couple that someone might have knocked down as they fell from the tree.
Brayden branch. Okay. Yes.
Hit it with a boot.
All right. I'm not losing on my other boot.
Give me a strength and toughness roll, pretty please.
Okay. Would this count as aptitude with athletics?
No.
Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. You said strength and toughness?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. Ooh. Yeah, I'd love to get rid of those ones, if possible.
Okay, that would put you at 1 success.
Okay.
Okay.
And that would just add the 6 seconds again?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You swing the branch, kind of like underhanding it, trying to hit like the squishiest underside of its almost glowing body. You miss though. It kind of like glides off. Like it's not as squishy as you expected. It kind of feels like it's stone or glass. As the branch just skitters across. Mara, roll me strength and toughness.
This is not gonna go well. Do I still have the -1 on strength?
You do.
So, can it go lower than 1? Because I'm already at 1 there.
It can be 0.
Okay.
So just roll me 1d6 then. Mara, a barbed leg shoots out to trip you as you try to get away. You sprawl down on the forest floor, just dirt and leaves kicking up into your mouth. You inhale to scream, and all you get is a mouthful of that herbal chlorophyll scent. It's the green, that acrid, viney green that is everywhere. It burns as it goes down your throat. Your skin is slashed open where these spiny spikes cut across your legs, doing 3 damage. Thanks, Piers. Brayden, Melissa, what are you guys doing?
The spider has a string of webs coming out of its back, right?
Mm-hmm. Just kind of
I'm gonna
rusting across the foliage on the ground.
make my way to the source.
Okay.
Try and get behind the spider. Not as so close to where I'm touching it, but to where I'm close enough to where it can't run past me again and give a gust of wind.
It is huge. So if you're trying to keep out of, like, legs reach, it'll probably take, like, 2 turns to, like, circle all the way around behind it. Is that okay?
Thing's big.
Yeah.
Nope, that's a lot bigger than I thought it was. Okay, I'm gonna try and just keep lighting the webs on fire from where I'm at.
Okay. Then coordination, composure.
Yeah,
With
Mitch,
how
when
much
she
I'd smoke, I'd be better at this.
Mitch, when she said it was the biggest spider you guys had ever seen, I was picturing like the size of the big spider from Harry Potter out in the
Same.
forest.
Yeah,
That's what I was picturing.
it's larger
I
than
think
any one of
Shelob
you.
from- Yeah,
Gonna
Shelob from
use-
Lord of the Rings style.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my
Where's the
seconds
thing when
to
you
get
need
rid of the
it?
2 1s for my distress die.
There's only one in your distress die, so you would have 1 success.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna do the same thing still.
Okay. Okay. You manage to actually flicker a flame up this time and hold it out to some of the wet. They do catch fire and burn, but it doesn't spread. It burns and then kind of fizzles out. Like a wet
It's a bit
branch would.
disappointing. I'm gonna have to find some way to try and deal with this, I suppose. Can't leave the ladies alone. Alright. I guess there's probably a turn order, so I can't do much. So I'll have to wait to look around for a stick.
Melissa, what are you doing?
Well, since it's such a large spider, I'm going to do something stupid, and I'm going to try to ride it to at least distract it, or possibly even, hopefully once I get on it, start whacking it in the head, or stick the stick through an eye or something, or I don't know.
Okay. Strength reaction.
Okay.
Yeehaw.
I know I have no way to do this in reality, but can I actually pay 6 to give her a D6 on this?
No.
D8.
You're not
Damn
even
it.
there.
I know, but that's just so awesome. I want it to happen.
See, she could do it herself.
You just gotta have more faith.
I didn't say
Melissa's
she
got
couldn't. What the hell?
this.
Fine, sorry.
Melissa, you
See if I
grab
get
hold
it.
of it. You actually have to climb up one of its spiny legs.
Uh-huh.
The tiny stiff hairs cut into your hands, doing 3 damage. Thanks again, Pierce. But you do manage to, like, climb onto its back. It's slippery, and again, a little harder than you expect, but you have successfully mounted the giant spider.
Woohoo!
I think that's a good place to swap back to the camp. What are you
I
guys
don't know
doing?
how the hell we're gonna top this.
I don't know how we're gonna top that. I don't even remember what the fuck we were doing, Chef.
I was. Let's see.
Chef was writing his last
had
will and
to-
testament because
Oh,
he
that's right.
was
We were writing
gonna
down
be a
a
zombie.
right.
I was trying to save others through my suffering. I was trying to be selfless. I can't. Yeah. Island, am I about to turn into one of those burned things?
The burning.
Island doesn't answer.
Okay.
I think, Rook, if you get any more wounds that manifest as black scars, the answer is a solid maybe.
That may be one of the single most insightful, just morally sound things I have heard you say in the last 15, maybe even 20 seconds.
But Jen, I'll say that can I roll with the research aptitude to make somewhat of an educated guess as to how long it'll take for him to turn fully into a member of the burning? We've seen the end result. We've seen the starting.
With research, no. Maybe occult aptitude? I think you have that.
I do have a cult. I also have a specialty for mythology.
Okay. I don't know if mythology would really fit, but you can
I don't
roll
know if mythology.
acumen wit with your occult aptitude.
Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and spend. Oh, how many is it for my own D8s?
I think it's 3 pieces.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend 6 seconds to add 2 D8s to my roll.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out how long it takes for you to turn from the starting to the finale. And if it's anything that I've ever potentially heard of in terms of occultness.
Egon Spangler, you are not.
No.
Is there any member of the burning who is able to communicate with me? Fine.
So, Jen, based on where the sun's at currently, would we be able to make an educated guess as to which way south is for where we need to go to get to the blotch
Sure.
of mold on the map?
Sure. The sun, you know, is on its way down, so whichever way it's heading is west.
Okay, sun's going that way. So we need to go that way, Rook.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, Jen. Please be gentle with me.
No. Roll me a resilience medal.
It's
And
not that bad.
Oh, it is.
I'll
Because
tap
I'm
you
like
on
you,
the
I
shoulder.
don't have the, I don't have a thing for sceptering, good sir.
He didn't get to use that either.
No, I didn't.
I got a 1.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. I only needed a 1, right?
We'll find out.
No.
Can I
So
can I spend seconds to try to reroll those 3 ones?
you can if you wanna.
Is it gonna lessen my my suffering with more successes?
It'll lessen something.
Okay. Those are what, D6s? Yeah.
The time you have to live.
Probably. Woo!
Awesome.
A solid 3 seconds spent.
Your head still erupts. In a volcano of pain, you double over. Rook, you get to see her eyes turn black for a second. The moment she starts to walk to the south, she is frozen in pain. Rebecca, you can see nothing for a moment. Every sound feels like it's 1,000 miles away. You're dizzy. You're not sure what way is up, what way is down. As the pain clears away, you don't take damage. Just kidding. You can thank Chi for that. You take 2. 2 damage.
I'm coming for you, injured knees, Miss Ma'am.
You feel the slightest trickle of something liquid in a nostril. But just as fast as it came, the fog and the pain fades away.
How about instead we go talk to the burning? You gonna make it? You need to lay down?
That is worse than any hangover I have ever had.
And that's why I was so surly. Yeah.
Do we even know if they talk?
As you drag your
Right.
hand down your face,
Yes.
Rebecca, you feel the
Yeah.
slightest bit of moisture just to the rim of your nostril. And if you look at your hand, it is also inky black.
Jen, I want to lick the inky black blood on my hand.
Okay. You lick it. It tastes kind of like
Just,
blood, but also
just-
kind of like soot.
just for scientific purposes, just all Rook sees is just
You don't see like the mass of it all down my. I know exactly how this tastes. I'm lucky I didn't drown in it. Tell you what. The burned were able to communicate with us, at least with one word.
what?
The
Die?
island. What?
So what was that word? Die?
Yes.
That sounds a little extreme.
Well, the island was able to correct us whenever we called them the wrong name. Possibility that there are answers to be had there. But you trying to walk south doesn't look like I want to do that. So let's face this problem head on, and the absolute worst case scenario, it kills us, and we don't have to worry about, I don't know, Braden betraying us.
Hey, Rook,
Yes.
you called them the wrong name again, and it didn't correct you this time.
I'm not going to try to speak on behalf of a sentient island. For all I know, it's, I don't know, teaching penguins how to juggle somewhere else.
Anything's possible.
Come on, let's go. Let's go meet the ghost of Christmas future.
And we start walking off in the direction where we encountered the burning.
Water. Would you like some?
I'm not as covered in it. Or are you talking to
I'm
drink?
drinking. I'm drinking it.
Yes, and as you hold out your hands cupped like this, Rebecca just face plants in and just drinking. There is no subtlety as to how thirsty she actually fucking is right now.
You may both clear the fatigued condition.
Woo!
For now.
For now. We can roll at normal strength, which isn't much for me. It just puts me back up to 1 strength. That would have been a 0 earlier.
Okay. All right. Well, at least that clears my head a little bit.
Oh.
Okay. So we were going that way. That way we shall go. Start trudging.
Letting Rook take the lead because he is the one with his sharpened knife.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I've also got a rock I can throw at somebody.
Back to like somehow a deleted scene from Wild Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa riding the back of a giant jade spider.
Woo!
Get him, cowgirl.
Just gotta last 8 seconds.
One
you
for
gotta
each
last
leg.
a lot longer than that.
Brayden, roll me strength and toughness.
Hog tying this thing's going to be a lot more of a challenge than it is with the calves.
Never mind me just being only on the Twitch window. I'm gonna keep that -3. I feel like that's fun.
Perfect.
You going to frame it?
How much health do you have right now, Brayden?
3.
As you're trying to still light more of the silk on fire, the spider kicks back, slashing across your forearm, opening a line. Those little hairs are sharper and coarser than you thought. If you actually look, you might be able to see muscle, maybe bone. Blood gushes from the wound as you take 4 damage and pass out.
Can I use my
Jen is trying so hard to
power.
make it so you can use this.
What's your power, Mara?
My power is Touch of Eternity. So to actively use Touch of Eternity, choose a target you can perceive who has been reduced to 0 health. And add a minute to my clock. Until the scene resolves, the target is not subject to a dread intervention and thus does not need to choose an outcome. Instead, they revive at the end of the scene with 1 health and they do not incur a wound.
Okay. What does that look like?
And you thought I was the only useful one.
So, kind of like, purple kind of glowing, like, clock, kind of like, appears, like, broken clock, because kind of, sort of like stopping them from getting the time there.
So you're using the description that you and I spitballed?
Yes, because I liked it.
A purple broken clock appears behind, like silhouetted behind her.
Yeah.
Okay. Brayden, you can't see it because you're unconscious. But Melissa, you can see that, like, the ghost of a purple clock appear behind Mara, kind of like a Renaissance painting halo.
Interesting. Yeah, if Mara's looking at Melissa, she's just like blinking to make sure her eyes didn't get screwed up or something, but yeah. It's normal now.
What would the two of you like to do?
Oh, I'm gonna like try whacking this spider, like at least going for the eyes.
Okay. Roll me strength and toughness.
Okay.
Evens or odds?
Even.
Nice. You slam the pointy end of a branch down directly onto one of its eyes. It bursts like it was under pressure and sprays up everywhere. This thing lets out a shriek so high-pitched you feel like you shouldn't be able to hear it, but it echoes through the center of your skulls, like the vibrations themselves are in your bones. It immediately starts to try to buck you off, shaking and whining.
You said it exploded and like sprayed like
Just
everywhere. Did
green
it
goo.
get on me? Because
Oh.
that would make me like
You
panic
are kind
more.
of tripped at the front of it, so evens or odds?
Evens.
No, you're just out of the splash zone. But you know what? Still a giant spider. Take another minute.
Yep.
Mara, Melissa, both of you roll me strength and toughness as this thing starts thrashing and hissing.
I think I'm gonna try to get rid of those ones because literally as soon as you said starts bucking, me as a person, my legs just instinctively tensed up and like I'm holding on to this damn thing.
Fair. You can re-roll some of those if you'd like.
Okay, what would I do for that? Sorry.
Just slash roll d6s. You can do
Okay.
however many up to 6.
It looks like.
You've got one of them was a 6. One of them was a.
Okay.
2 of them were successes. So you can. I would suggest no more than. 4.
Just 1d6.
You can do it one at a time if you want. 1 second at a time.
Well, sorry. How many can I roll together? Sorry.
You can roll up to 6, but like 2 of them were already successes, so there's no point in rolling more than 4.
Okay. Then never mind. Then, if I already got successes.
You did.
Okay.
All right, Melissa, you hold on for dear life. Like fingers digging into the like slightly glassy sides of this 8-legged beast. Mara, you are caught solid as the spiny, pokey legs throw themselves into you again. You take another 2 harm. Your shirt sliced open, blood leaking out of the wound. You stumble down onto the forest floor again.
Knew I didn't like spiders for a reason.
You want to hit it again, Melissa?
Yes, I will absolutely hit it again. Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can move out of the way as well.
You're just gonna run.
Try.
Okay. Strength, toughness, Melissa.
Okay. Yeah.
Let's see. Coordination, metal, Mara.
And I will assist her
Okay.
to help her to get out of the way.
I'm just gonna direct her to where the legs are not.
Or, like, even if in the process of jamming or hitting the spider again, it's like whack it so it will move out of the way or something.
Okay. So then spend your seconds and you can add a d8,
Okay.
Mara. Roll a d8 for the help. Slash
Okay.
roll 1d8. Mara.
Yep. Oh. Okay.
Oh, you guys rolled the exact same thing.
Hey,
Do you want to spend anything for that?
No, I'll take it.
Okay. What are you at health-wise, by the way?
I am at. I have 4 health left.
Okay. You slam, Melissa, the branch down into another one of its eyes. It seemed to work really well. It upset it. But it only has so many eyes, right? At some point, survival would have to kick in and maybe it'll bail.
yeah.
You manage to squish another one like it. The branch sinks deep in, goo leaking everywhere. Mara, you try to dodge another one of its legs, but it reaches out and catches you again. This time you do get eye goo all over you. Take another minute. And you get caught again for 3 damage this time. As it not just catches you with a flailing leg, you fly like 6-7 feet through the air before landing hard on your back. Good news. You're a little bit out of its reach right now. Bad news, it really hurt.
It worked.
Evens or odds, Melissa?
Even.
It does not make a retreat. In fact, it is angrier than before. We'll go one more round. What would you like to do?
I'm going to keep hitting it because either I'm going to kill it or it's going to run because Braden's down. Mara's clearly almost down, and yeah.
Okay.
I'll just yell, sorry, I'm not much help.
No, you are fine. I'm not blaming you. I'm trying to save you. It's okay.
Mara, would you like to spend some seconds to give her a D8? Maybe be a
Yeah.
distraction real quick.
Yep, I will do that.
Okay. Spend 6 seconds. You get a D8. Melissa, and you just roll strength and toughness one more time.
Okay. And I will roll that D8.
Nice.
Huh.
That's not. You rear back, slamming the spiky, broken end of the branch into yet another eye. This thing starts to shudder and tremble, like it's lost all control of its body and its limbs. And all of a sudden it collapses from under you. You find yourself crashing ass first into the ground as it just disappears in this choking herbal fog. And suddenly it's not even there anymore.
Am I still covered in the green goop?
For a moment,
Okay.
before that also starts to fade away, just like the vines.
Where is Rook and his water when you need it? I need a bath.
We both do.
I feel like I still have spiders all over me.
I'll go over to her and make sure that there aren't any more webs or anything on her.
Nope. Anything that was spider parts is slowly fading away into just a green mist and then nothing. The wounds are still there. Brayden, you kind of come to all of a sudden. It's hurting again.
God damn, what a beating. Are y'all alright over there?
Barely.
Spider's
Melissa
gone.
took care of it.
Spider poofed. Just went away. You okay?
Well, I'm alive. How do I look?
I don't know which of us is in worse shape right now.
Well, he actually lost consciousness. You haven't, so I would say probably him.
Is my
I think we're
arm
both
still
at one.
gaping open? from the spider leg.
Sure is.
This could be a problem right here. It does look kind of cool, but we should probably deal with it.
Yeah. I will try to. I'm assuming you wouldn't want your wonderful coat to be torn to help bind your wound right there, right?
Well, we ain't got anything else, so here you go.
Okay. I will try to tear strips off to help wrap his arm to make sure it's okay to bind it.
Okay. Roll me acumen wits.
Okay.
And with all the damage Braden has taken, I'd imagine his beard is gone from the burning in the vines around him.
Even
which
worse,
were
it's
probably
like
just spider
really
webs.
patchy.
So his scars from his past are visible. He's got like some scars under where his beard would be. And they're the same matte yellow color his eyes turn.
Oh.
Ooh.
Melissa, you wrap the strips of cloth around his arm. It seems to stop the bleeding, but he is still just as hurt as he was before.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, we'll find out where Rebecca and Rook are, and we'll get Rebecca to do her glowing boob thing for you. Okay?
I wouldn't count it. We're probably better off going on our own.
What the hell happened between me and Mara disappearing and whatever happened?
I am also curious.
Yeah, Braden, what happened?
Yeah, Braden.
We were kind of
Oh,
attacked
boys.
in the woods by these weird burning creatures. They looked like the other passengers on the plane. We were outnumbered, and well, I ran. But I was also overwhelmed, and when I came to, I was back at the camp. Last time I talked to Rook, he had his knife to my throat, so I don't feel like returning.
If there's burning involved, wouldn't it be good to have the person who can make water around?
He's probably one of them. I saw these weird symbols on the burning. A figure 8, almost. And his wounds when they healed up, almost like yours, Mara. They had that same symbol above them. I could see it. In fact, my eyes are going to turn matte yellow. I'm going to stare at Mara's wounds.
Just as you expect. Those lines, the scars, the blackness, there's like an echo just above. A smoky stripe beyond her skin. And every so often, the lines will coalesce into that strange figure 8 you've seen before.
But the real question is, Mara, you got that same figure 8 around on your wounds. Can we trust you?
I mean, I always try to be trustworthy. I did do what I could to try to keep you from dying there.
All
Yeah,
three
you
of
didn't
you,
abandon me there. That shows some good character.
all three of you roll me intuition vigilance.
Oh, I hit hour 2.
Okay. Feel free to add 2 dots to whatever you'd like. And even while you're kind of yell venting, Brayden, you hear the sound of footsteps off in the distance, but getting louder and closer. 2 sets if you had to guess.
Seems like they have made their way to us, possibly. There's something over there. Someone's coming.
Rebecca, Rook, you'd know that voice anywhere.
Now,
Oh,
Jen,
God.
when he was
damn it.
yelling about distrust and everything. Would we have overheard that by chance?
Evens or odds?
Evens, always.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say yes because that's chaotic and I like it.
This motherfucker. You heard that too, right, Rook?
This ugly son of a bitch.
And now the three of you, Mara, Braden, and Melissa, you can hear some familiar voices through the trees.
Anything else you want to say, Grandpa? I'm right here.
Yeah, Mr. I'm gonna run away and abandon the other two to a horde of fucking zombie things.
You missed the part where, both of us were fighting two different burning zombies at the same time. And then you bitched out, chasing after a woman that no one else can see.
I wasn't chasing after her. I refused to die.
And in doing so, sentenced the two of us, for all you knew. Yeah.
But I don't know you. You're strangers. You don't
We're
talk.
all strangers, Braden. That's been a well-established fact.
Aren't we past that by now? If you go through a plane crash with somebody, shouldn't that at least put you somewhere near acquaintances?
But what do I know about you? What do you know about me?
That you're a crotchety son of a bitch who smokes too much?
You smoke a lot, you're older than the rest of us, you are hooked on conspiracy theories, you love a good mystery, you love chasing after this mysterious yellow woman, as you told me. You believe that she put you on this island, did not send you to this island, put you on this island.
Oh, Rebecca listens.
Put you through a plane crash on purpose, which
Yeah.
could have just put you on a boat. And
Have
again,
I missed anything else yet?
Let's see. Left us to die. Said some kind of hurtful things. Thinks we're strangers, even though we could have killed him several times by now.
Oh, and Rook, let's not forget, even though this is you, he may have actually been fucking right about us turning into those damn things.
You fucking had to say it, didn't you?
I had to. I gotta share the note because I have to share the notes with everyone.
You don't think that since I'm the one who's literally standing here covered in bloody tar, that it might be my news to tell?
I mean, considering it happened to both of us, just to varying degrees.
What happened, Rook?
Splitting migraines, started vomiting tar, speaking in otherworldly tongues. I think I levitated there for a minute.
Making inane jokes about extended car warranties that earned him a thump on the forehead.
Anything like that happened to you, Mara?
Aware of unless it happened when I was passed out.
I don't recommend it.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Hurts like a bitch. It hurts like a bitch.
It honestly feels worse than a normal hangover.
But here's the problem. And
I can handle a hangover.
This is why I don't think he's right. I've got the cuts and everything. Mars got the cuts and everything. Black scars. However, you don't.
You're right, but I was covered in the sap.
Yeah. So it wasn't almost everybody covered in that sap at one point?
When I was trying to pull the vines out of the ground and free Mara. What else was happening? Was there anything around you, or more of those burning around you? Did you see any of the green mist?
When we killed the plant, all that green mist happened.
Yeah, so that's the only time we've ever seen that.
Well, when you passed out, when this migraine struck.
We didn't pass out. It literally hit, made both of us have nosebleeds, him much worse than I did.
Well, bleed.
bleed. I mean, it literally, you can see it. It looks like black ink. By the way, it still tastes like blood, and it tastes sooty too.
A little bit sooty. Well, there's some ash and heat. I wonder. Can you take us to where this happened?
It happened at the campsite.
In the clearing, dude. Not.
We tried to
20
head
minutes ago.
south.
The second you started walking south, you looked like you got poleaxed. The second
Something
mine
doesn't
happened,
want us to go south, and something
mine
doesn't
happened,
want us
I was-
deeper in the woods.
hold on. I was looking at the map whenever mine hit.
I started trying to lead us towards that
Towards the
spot
same
on
place
the map.
when yours hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell you what, Mara,
Yes.
Melissa. And Braden.
Mhm.
Oh, no, Braden's already been hit by something.
think about going to the center of the island. Like the heart of darkness. The key to all the mystery. Think about actively walking that way. From here it should be south, which would be that way.
And just for reference, and I'll open the journal up to the map drawing and hold it towards them.
Now, would that have been the way that the spider came from, or?
You're not sure where the spider came from because it just kind of appeared.
Okay, so it didn't come from like a direction like that he was pointing then.
You have no way of knowing.
Okay. Because if the spider was coming from that way, I was not gonna think about going that way.
You know who would have a way of knowing?
Think about going that way. Knowing what's going there and then try to walk that way.
I'd like to get to the core of this mystery, so I think I might want to follow where that spider may have came from, or where you're talking about. The place that, you know,
Point-
that you guys
to
keep
mark.
blacking
Okay.
out. But something's stopping you.
Yeah.
Now, a few theories. It would take me some time, and I know some symbols. I could probably work up some, or draw out some wards, some sigils that might protect us if it's something spiritual in nature.
I mean, this island's covered in magic.
It has to be with all the weird shit that's been happening to all of us.
So
Well, and Braden said you saw when we're up in the tree. You said you saw a symbol, right?
It was almost like a shark, but it moved around. It could have been
Here,
that
draw it-
spider camouflaging
the journal.
itself.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Draw it in
hand
the
him the
journal.
journal and pen. Draw it. Now, Jen, when he hands it back,
Mm-hmm.
with occult aptitude, would I be able to know potentially? Well, I'm gonna roll for it, but legit, I know. And would it also fall under mythology potentially?
I'm gonna let you roll. I will tell you, you will not get like specific information.
That's fine.
Okay.
Acumen
okay.
what?
You finish.
Acumen wit. What's up, chef?
I was gonna say, so we're near the same clearing where Braden saw this symbol, yes?
Kind of.
Okay, so he could say, like, if we're in this clearing, which direction the big lambda shape was pointing towards, like north, south, east, or anything?
He could if you asked him.
I'm asking him. Which way was it pointed? Because
It seemed to move around. It wasn't stationary. It seemed alive.
Was it like spinning around, or was it sort of like bouncing around with the same orientation?
Well, say if me and you were like walking around, replace us with that symbol.
Okay.
Does that make more sense?
Kinda. Part of me thinks this might be a way marker.
Rebecca, as you look at the symbol, your first thought is maybe it's like some kind of Norse rune, but it doesn't fit exactly with any one letter, any one meaning. The only similarities are just the sharp edges and the points. So maybe that doesn't get you anywhere. It could be like an arrowhead, if this is some kind of Native American spirit that is guarding the island. It could be a stylized tree, perhaps, to represent nature. Maybe it's indicating something above versus something below. It could be an arrow pointing upward toward the skies.
It could be hieroglyphics.
It's definitely not hieroglyphics. Maybe cuneiform, but it doesn't have the square parameters of cuneiform.
Ogham script, maybe?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
Ogham script is the Irish version of it's an Irish alphabet designed for carving. Named after the Irish god Ogma.
I mean, maybe it is, but storyteller didn't know what that was, so it's probably not that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
And then I'll like just absent-mindedly, as I'm staring at it, relaying everything that you said about it. Like, it could be, but it doesn't quite fit. All that and everything else. Like, not realizing she's talking out loud.
You can guess, because you rolled so good, honestly, Rebecca, that it's less likely to be like a way marker, like Rook kind of suggested, because you have this one, and then there was the figure 8.
Yeah, with the moon on.
So they are probably signatures of some kind, like these things are marking their territory, or it's like a name for things that don't have names.
The green and the black, when they come into contact with something, they brand it.
We were talking earlier about a theory that this island being here and being what appears to be ecologically stable, i.e. there's no massive die-offs or whatever, makes me think that to some degree these forces were in balance. But since the plane crash, we've maybe thrown these things out of balance, and now their goal is to restore it in some way, possibly by claiming us as pieces in this large chess game.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're still in balance, and they're just killing us because they don't care about us. That would be funny, huh? I don't think we're powerful enough to have any effect on things as strong as whatever's on this island.
Didn't I make this exact case to you earlier?
I do think you've got a point. Maybe we're a threat, because they do seem to both be after us.
But is it to destroy, contain, convert? Absorb?
I tried to speak with the green. Didn't
Let
get
me
much
guess.
words-wise from it, but I think it does want to destroy us. It does not want us here.
We couldn't get much out of the island or the burning.
Speaking of the burning, Rook,
Yes.
we walked like 15, 20 minutes. We didn't encounter a single one on our way over here.
You're right. Meaning, either A, we came in a different direction, which means we are further away from their territory, whatever they're guarding, them just where they happen to be. Or they've completed whatever task they were doing and have moved on. Or
Or
they're sitting somewhere.
Or lucky number 3, the green, as since we can't pronounce that, and I'll tap the arrow signature that Braden drew. Managed to push the black out of this area because Braden, you said they had that little figure 8 with the moon on it.
Yes, and also, when I look with beyond what I can see, this place is blinding with how much green there is. It's monotonous. It's disgusting. Way too green.
Why are you saying that quite so loud in the heart of the green when you know
it's
for
gonna
a
try
fact
and
it's
kill
a
us
green?
anyways. You didn't see that giant spider that almost took me out. It was huge. It don't matter if it knows that we think it's ugly.
Don't
Brayden,
remind me of the spider.
Brayden, all of a sudden in your
Giant
head you
spider?
hear words that are not words. They're just like suddenly there. Ideas, thoughts that are not your own. Just the quietest psychic whisper that says, kill the green.
Oh no, Braden's gonna think it's that yellow lady. It's only
I
Braden,
will.
right, that hears
I'll
that?
say that out loud.
Only Brayden.
You will what, Braden? You will what?
Oh, didn't you just ask me something?
No!
No.
Oh, I'm probably just hearing things. I bonked my head. Don't you mind.
What
It'll
are
be
you
alright.
hearing?
Well, here's a thought.
Mhm.
Okay, if we are in the green territory, 2 of us are marked by the black, but they're not being tossed out, rejected, attacked. I mean, other than the initial one of us getting down from the tree, but
Getting down from a tree, a giant spider. What the hell happened to you guys?
we were up in a tree, cocooned, and we freed ourselves. It was green
Not a
spider
fun
silk.
time.
We dropped down. Braden probably hit his head a couple times on every single tree limb going down. And then this invisible spider appeared, and I jumped on his back and beat the shit out of it.
If Melissa was
You-
not here, I
I'm-
don't think I would have survived.
I'm sorry, you bull rode a giant spider?
Yeah,
Yes.
you cowboy upped a spider.
Yes. I train horses. I'm used to riding animals.
With the talk of the spider,
bad.
I'm probably gonna just try to wipe everything off of me again.
Mara, take another minute.
Are you?
As you
okay?
just imagine. You think maybe like one of those little spiny hairs is stuck in your skin. Like, what is that gonna do? Is it
Okay,
working
okay.
Rook,
itself
are
in
you-
deeper?
Rook,
No-
are you
no,
able
I'm
to
not.
give Mara water? She wants a bath because it was a really icky spider.
You want a
Lots of green goo.
bath on an
Best
island.
Best I can do is a wet towel.
I'll take
Or
it.
shirt.
I need to get rid of this icky feeling.
Okay. Do you have a shirt I can moisten for you?
Yes. My shirt is ripped, right?
Yeah.
I think.
And let-
Yeah.
Yeah, your
I'll
shirt's
rip off
ripped.
the what's ripped and give it.
Okay. Does anybody else need me to do this while I'm doing it?
Brayden, all of a sudden, you know what? Roll me resilience medal.
While he's doing that, Jen, and Mara's wiping herself off, I'm going to use soothing touch
2.
on her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can resist if she wants.
I don't want it.
Yeah.
Brayden, all of a sudden, you feel an overwhelming urge to set this forest on fire. You have a lighter. There's dried leaves here and there.
And the voice I heard, did it sound familiar at all?
It felt familiar. It wasn't like a voice you could hear, but whatever it was, you've heard it before.
Vital touch.
You do manage, however, to overcome the sudden urge. And it fades away. Your hands shake a little bit from the strength of it, the strength of this foreign impulse, but you are free to not do that.
Well,
Jen,
everyone's... Oh, go ahead.
I don't know if this is a thing I could do. Would I be able to roll to notice him, like, having some sort of, like, internal struggle type deal using my psychology aptitude?
Sure, intuition vigilance.
Okay. Sorry, Mitch, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's just I had that idea.
Well, it kind of... If you were paying attention to my character, it changes what I was going to do anyways, so it worked
Paying
out.
attention to everyone. It's kind of my job.
Yeah, you see just like a flash of inner conflict, his gaze like flickering off toward the ground as thoughts race through his head all of a sudden, his hands shaking just for a moment. You see some kind of reaction that doesn't seem in line with the conversation currently being had.
Brayden, I'm gonna walk over to him, get real close. You okay?
Oh, I'm fine.
Are you sure?
I think we should make our way towards the beach. Or at least you and the others. I'll catch up.
Brayden,
How about we go
move as
about
a
getting
group.
those wounds tended to?
Yeah, I almost forgot about those. You got a point.
The ones that should be almost having
Throbbing?
you screaming. Here.
They do really hurt, but you know, I felt worse.
Shut up. You don't have to be Mr. Super Crotchety Tough Guy. It hurts. It's okay to say it hurts. Come on, man. We're
At least
supposed to
let
be
him clean
friends
the
here,
wound.
right?
Your first aid kit got any stitches in it? It was Mara that had that, right?
It was.
Mm-hmm.
I highly doubt it would, because it was just a super basic one. It might have, like, some of the little, like, rolls of gauze and stuff like that, like, the super cheap ones have, but probably not stitches.
Does it have super glue?
No. It's got like
It would-
band-aids and neosporin and like maybe at best those butterfly closure strips.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's
Here,
like
you
a
can take
packet
what you
of burn
need.
cream.
keep it wrapped up for now. And I'll take my pale yellow undershirt off and use it like a bandage and wrap it around.
Everybody roll me intuition vigilance.
Uh-oh.
It's your favorite rolls.
You know, you used that word.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend 6 to ignore my 2 distress dice.
I'm gonna
That are
spend 6 to
negative.
ignore my bunch of distress dice.
Okay. So that gives, well, still waiting tomorrow. As you start to talk about the wounds and, like, do the most rudimentary tending to the wounds, Brayden, Mara, Melissa, all of you are some kind of hurt. Melissa, it's mostly just contained to your hands. And as you reach out to start checking on each other, examining each other, maybe like doling out bird cream and band-aids from your kit, Mara, you notice that the wounds from the spider are already healing. From one end to the other, it looks like they are being knit together by that same black scarring. They're no longer bleeding. It's only been a few minutes. You can see it actually healing if you look at it long
This is
enough
happening on Brayden too,
and
right?
hard enough. All 3 of them. Specifically the wounds from just the spider. His burns are still there, but the cut on his arm is knitting together. You can see tiny little threads like poke out from one side of the wound and pull it together with the other side. Like the skin itself is merging like a zipper. Each of you can heal up to 8.
Like them 3?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, not us. She said she did specify wounds specifically
I know.
caused by the spider.
Just trying to make sure.
But I had to ask, and this is happening on Brayden too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Brayden, do
Um,
can you look up these with the eyes to see if these have that symbol, but the ones that are healing now?
Yeah, to do that, I was thinking, it's very strange if the green gave us these injuries. Why are they healing up into black scars? I'll use
unless
my 6 seconds.
Okay.
Because that's what happens. Green, damaged, turns black, and withers. The cycle of life.
Brayden, your eyes go yellow, and you can in fact see that shadowy tendril. You can actually actively see it like sewing up the wounds, leaving just a trail in its wake. And every so now and then, you see a little swoop, a little figure 8.
Ha! What? Ah, this is insanity! What's doing what? Is the black helping or are they attacking? Is the green? We need to find a way off this island.
as Brayden starts to do his little speech right then, I'm gonna use Soothe on him.
He is really stressed out from this.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Can I
spend
take the confused condition back?
if you want to.
I
do.
mean, it would help you. I mean, it makes sense.
I don't think your ability will help me at all. I don't have any
Wait.
minutes.
Oh, you don't have any minutes?
Yep, I just
You
hit
just
hour
leveled
2.
up.
Oh, right. I'm still gonna use my ability, even if it's gonna work on you.
Just mining minutes here.
Did
Ashley.
anybody else
I said I was
In-
going to use it.
Well-
The activation of it alone cost the minute.
Brayden, just narratively, you do kind of feel like a sense of weighted calm pass over you. Even though mechanically it doesn't do anything.
Yeah. It's pseudo. It's
Psychosomatic.
Yeah, that. As soon as Rebecca activates and you see the glowing heart, you just start to feel better. Even though it's not doing anything.
Appreciate the help, but... Man, what are we gonna do?
And that's a good
Take a
place to
second.
wrap up for the night.
No!
Come on, I just need a couple more minutes.
I need a minute and 3 seconds.
You got it
I-
next week. It's fine.
I need more.
It's
Why
fine.
must you torment me?
Because it makes me happy.
I
Just
need
trying to make
5.
sure none of us hit hour 3.
I'm ready for when you do.
She already had my hour 3.
Yeah,
Not
she has
bad.
mine too.
I want
She
to
had mine for 2 fucking weeks.
Listen.
know what the island had for me.
If this whining continues,
It's gonna change and become something we don't want.
no one gets hour 3. I will turn this campaign around. I will send you right back to London. No one gets any powers.
I'd be fine with going to London. That was all of our destination.
And that secretly, kids, is how the game ends.
Great job,
It's the
everybody.
island.
I'm gonna give out props. Well,
Oh,
you're
you're
gonna give
giving
out
out
props. Oh no, Ranger's not happy.
Yeah.
He
Jen
doesn't
is giving
like
out
when,
props for all
Ranger
of
wants
us.
us to continue too.
when mom
Exactly,
raises
yeah.
her voice. He's like, I didn't do it, Mom, I promise.
Oh.
You know what?
You know,
Just because I'm arbitrary and the island itself, why not? Props will be worth a minute if you want it, plus or minus. Ashley, you go first.
I'm going to give mine. I'm going to give mine to Chef.
Because he was whining.
No, because he has been on Rebecca's side the whole time. Like, plus I'm loving the banter between him and between Rook and Braden.
Me too. Me too. Hey, Brayden, who you want to give props to?
I gotta give it to Mara. I thought their power was really cool. And they battle resed me. I thought that was cool too.
Mara.
I'm gonna give it to Melissa because even though I don't like spiders, the riding the spider was pretty
So
cool.
Melissa.
I gotta give it to Ashley just because the insistence on using the power, must, whether or not successful or not, must use the power, must boob glow. Yeah.
I'm adding the minute.
And Chef.
Oh. Well, I was gonna give it to Melissa, but a certain somebody decided to steal my thing.
I don't have a rule against duplicates.
That's not a rule.
Not for me in this game.
No, that's a Mateo rule. I remember all 3 of our lovely, lovely game masters have all had their own different rules.
Okay.
Not
In
me
that
trying
case,
to
yeah.
kiss ass.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, yippee spide yay. That was just badass.
That was really good.
And you did manage to murder the thing
That is
Yes.
true.
while bareback riding.
Yep.
Also,
None of
Bareback
With the
riding the
stick.
Jade Spider. Let's go.
Okay,
With a stick,
Is
she
that-
murdered it.
Is that actually called a jade spider? Because I swear to God, I've seen that spider somewhere before.
And that's what I thought it was too.
I
As
don't
soon
know,
as I saw the picture.
I just stole a picture from Google that matched what was in my head.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
All right, so that is 1 for Chef, 1 for Mara, 2 for Melissa, 1 for Rebecca. Add or subtract minutes as you please. Good job, guys! This was fun, specifically for me.
Specifically for you.
Mara finally got some minutes. She got to show off her power.
Yeah.
I love the theories about what's going on here.
Right. I keep constantly coming up with like all these different ideas when we're not playing about like what the fuck is going on this island. If I can find my notebook again, I actually wrote down a whole fucking list of theories and everything. I've started turning into Brayden in real life, trying to figure out what is happening.
I love it. I'm sure you guys will figure it out. Like, some of the things you say are like
close,
and some of them I'm like, no. And I won't say what is what.
You know, I do think it's a Ferngully scenario almost. It does seem like it.
Have you actually changed some of what's going on based upon some of the theories you've heard?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
We haven't gotten too close yet. Fine.
Nope. I mean, the point is for you to eventually figure it out.
Are you happy that I'm at least using my aptitudes properly?
Yes, I
in
love
one
it.
of the 2 games run by you?
I love it. Good job. Good job, guys. Thank you to my players. We have Ashley the Everything as Rebecca. Mitch is Brayden. Chi Chai Tea as Mara. Chef as Rook. And the Lushak as Melissa. I have been your DM Duchess, JenOfThieves. If this is your first time joining us, hey, thanks for waiting to the very, very end. It's really nice of you to hang around and listen to us chatter. All previous episodes of this and like everything else we have run is available on the YouTube if you are still with us and still like us. If you would give us ye old subscribe, maybe leave us a comment about your theories. What the fuck is going on here? Maybe I'll steal them. I don't know. We'll see.
That's season 2.
We also have a Discord if you want to hang out, chat with us a little bit more, and a Patreon if you want to support us in a monetary fashion. We'll look forward to seeing you next week. We have Snare Island again on Wednesday. DM Daddy, I already have to pee. Thanks for helping, Ashley.
You're welcome. There wasn't much left in it, but...
Snare Island on Wednesdays on Twitch. Daggerheart, run by our very own DM Dizzle, is on Twitch on Fridays. And our YouTube exclusive, Demon the Fall, on Sundays. On YouTube on Fridays. Thanks again for joining us. Ashley is exasperated, and it's all my fault.
No, because I have something to tell you after we're not live.
Oh, well, then I guess we should go. Everybody have a good night. Bye.